start recording, and there we go. We're welcome to round 5.
Yay!
Star Realms Dodgeball lead in Chapter 5 of the Epilogue. The CV is silent, just like our ability to do pretty much anything correctly. Doubleheader indeed, Kincaid. It's been you may not have been here for the start of the stream, but it's been like a month, so it's just about needed. So, as the standings as we go into round 5, let's pretend that you haven't seen this literally just 15 seconds ago. We've got Catcher and the Spry, 4-0, perfect record up top, with Hitmaker's Guide to the Borlixy, Crime Punishment, both on 3-1, very close behind. We've got Fellowship of the Fling in a 2-1. They've had their rest week. Hit of the Baskervilles and Catchup Retails and Catch a Mockingbird, all with 2 wins, yet to have their rest week. Murder on the Dodgeball Express and the Great Catchby both having taken a pew. And then we've got Brain New World with 0 wins, and Good Throwmans also with 0 wins.
I wonder if that'll change anytime soon.
Well, I think you'll find Good Throwmans are on the rest week this week, so that certainly isn't changing. This, an excerpt of an actual real excerpt of a chat, not just something that I made up with ChatGPT. I mean, other real excerpts from chats. This is regarding to Mobile Market. If you can guess the chat, then maybe you win a moral prize. But snuggle it, yeah, I'd smuggle Mobile Market. But would you snuggle it? No, because it's mobile and it would just love me and leave me. But better to have snuggled and lost Al than to have never snuggled at all.
Oh,
I mean, talk about an on-again, off-again relationship. You scrap it and send it away and it comes right back for more snuggles. I mean, is that cute or is that stalking? I don't know.
It can be both. It can be more. Don't pigeonhole it. It can be more than one thing.
Don't pigeonhole it. Sounds like a stalker's excuse to me.
I was gonna say, honestly, that is it stalking or is it cute? That sort of describes most of my relationship.
All depends on the interpretation.
Exactly.
So thin on the ground for T this week, but I did think that was funny. We've got Good Throwmans on the training ground against Betrayal by House Dodge Conan, going up unwisely, I think, against Baron Vladimir, Fade Ruther, Beast Raban, Lady Jessica. Going to be possibly an unpopular inclusion there, but I think if you check your facts, you'll find she is. Peiter de Vries, Yakin Nafud, and Lieutenant Keenet, all on there. Now, you'll notice, Al, perhaps, that Slavic is crossed out. This is because of an unfortunate incident in the race where Beast Raban just dove head first for Slavic, injuring him on the race. Slavic having to go onto the bench immediately, and Dodge Conan, sportingly perhaps, offering a replacement to Wet Yeti, which he took gladly because he was a hand down, and they gave him Dr. Yui, which may not work out for them if anyone knows anything about the Duneverse. So
I was going to say, some people might need to rewatch the movies.
Anyway, as you would expect, this went very poorly for Good Throwmans, Al. I mean, you're up against Lady Jessica, who's got Prana Bindu training and uses the voice. The only person on the Dodge Court who is immune to the voice is Lieutenant Keenet, and he's not even on Good Throwmans. Meanwhile, Dr. Yui was, I hate to play a typecast, but he was being a filthy traitor. And again,
did he at least have the good sense to, commit suicide afterwards?
I think he might have taken himself to the bench for a stern talking to. At the end of the match, after he'd either tripped, pushed, or generally sabotaged every single one of the Throwmans players. So this was an absolute catastrophe for Good Throwmans. They were clean swept by the Dodge Conan team, who unsurprisingly used every trick in the book, Alan. I'm not even sure that some of them were in the rules. So an unfortunate round for Good Throwmans. Maybe they'll pick better training partners in the future, but there you go. But on court 1 in the real world, we've got Catchup Retails, captained by Agent C13 with 2 wins against Fellowship of the Fling, captained by Kincaid, also with 2 wins. Let's see what happens next. Well, the races is just a clean sweep. Fellowship taking every single ball on offer. Apparently, Tim's team talks not as inspirational as Captain Lunsford's, and just apparently none of you felt bothered or were moving really slowly. I mean, what happened, Al? Was there cake on the board?
My team is just not very racy at all. We prefer to let the game come to us, not us go to it. We don't want to seem too keen.
Well, let's guess we know where the silent part of SilentAl comes from. Sorry, I've just seen that. Okay, well, we're kicking off here with Double Dubs cruelly being eliminated by Lex Neville immediately. First blood to the Neville, and then Al. There's a bit of to and fro. There's some dodging. There's some missing. But Viserys is hit by Lady Stacy, getting those kills in where she can. But then Super Grandma takes a bow, as does Agent C-13, both going to the bench before Poop Deck saves Viserys's, or rather, I guess Poop Deck saves Viserys's blushes by throwing a catch to Lex Neville, who revives the foul-mouthed Englishman back to the game. Not looking great, if I'm being honest. Lady Stacy's got a couple of balls, though, so anything's possible.
Yeah.
So Lex Neville pays for his crimes against literacy with a good swift kick by Double Dubs. Beautiful poetic justice there as Double Dubs gets revived by Lady Stacy 7 catching Nadina and immediately taking Lex Neville's head off. Love to see it. Poop Deck, though, getting hit by the wayside by Seraphina as Lady Stacy takes Acox 89. It's now a bit more even. We've got a 5-on-4. Lex Neville's got a ball out at Double Dubs, a zombie ball, to try and take them out again. Stacy's out at Nadina, and Seraphina's out at Clever Missy, hunting for more prey. This is a bloody section, though. We've got Viserys getting hit again. Double Dubs taking the head off everyone's favourite Viz reader. Seraphina hit by Clever Missy, or caught, I guess, maybe by Clever Missy. Double Dubs, no. Yes. Double Dubs, yeah. Hit again by the Lex Neville ball. Not their day. Clever Missy hit by Kinky. It's down to a 2-on-2, Al.
Mm-hmm.
SilentAl and Lady Stacy against Kinky and Pengy. Who's going to win?
Ooh, I know.
Well, Penguin Army gets taken out by Lady Stacy, but Kincaid, with several bites at Silence Cherry, finally takes Lady Stacy out, and it's just Al versus Kincaid. A battle of true titans. Are both legends? Is this? I think.
Yeah.
Kincaid's a legend, right?
Yeah.
Both legends.
Yeah. His card was in the latest Kickstarter.
That's right.
He had that glorious beard.
A super glorious beard. Absolutely wonderful. And maybe it helped him here, Al, because it was all about Kincaid's ball control as he pummeled you until you got hit. Majestic, please. Yeah. I apologize. Would you like a sir in there as well, Kinky? Sir Kinky with the majestic beard. There we go. I love it. And that's a win for Fellowship of the Fling as Kincaid eliminates SilentAl to retain control of ball 1. Boo earns. So, Al, with no prejudice at all, who was the MVP for that game?
None whatsoever. So, yet again, Kincaid was up for the MVP with 3 hits. Again, he seems to just seems to be automatic for him every match.
Metronomic 3 hits.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick.
However, looking further down on his team, he had a teammate, Lex Neville, who also got 3 hits, but then added a catch.
Ooh, we do like
so
the catch.
Lex Neville's going to steal it by 1 catch. I almost went to tiebreakers for race wins, but we all know that everyone on Fellowship of the Flame won their race.
I can't imagine that would have gone very well based on the practice run at the start of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were Kincaid, would you have just put in like 4 names for the race off and just be like, that'll be enough?
That's it. That's fine. We don't need to.
That's all we need.
That. Yeah. No, it was. I have to say, me and Kincaid at the end, we were messaging that final sort of back and forth, and it was just a really, really fun time. going back and forth with that. He is just a truly just great guy and a fun competitor. And even though I lost, I had an absolute just like blast that weekend, sort of going back and forth with him.
Yeah, I mean, and you could accuse me of saying this because he's in chat, but Robert is a fantastic guy. Like he's a great person to chat with, and also a very smart player. So you're never going to get any play against him. You've always got to be on your toes. Who can resent losing to a beard like that? Who can resent losing to a beard of such magnificent majesty? Right.
That's it.
We'll move on though to Court 2, where I don't think there are beards of quite such elegance on show, but it's Crime and Punishment looking to dust off the loss last round as Murder on the Dodgeball Express come charging in with a 1-2. Let's see what happens here. Well, in the races, Imam, Kamas, and Vorizori take a ball, whilst Markbot, October, Sethestral, and Aldarin all take balls for... And I love this. Sethestral and Vorizori are still racing. He does finally win the race ball, but that was obviously not updated quite, or it was an early ball out. Either way, Imam 69 is brutally attacked by Aldarin with the first ball. We know that Aldarin's always keen to get his balls out, but even that was fast by his standards. Imam 69 clearly not leaving it to chance, not going to leave her to the last to let her do the shenanigans. No, you sit down immediately, Mom. You're done. We've then got, again, a little bit of back and forth, but Wheels, again, taken out of the game here by, I think we've heard him mentioned already, the heroic Darth Binkley, strongest member of the team in terms of teamwork going on. Binks takes out Wheels, dropping Dodgeball Express down to 5 as Creme and Punishment look like they're firmly in control, because all the balls that are in the air, Al, are Creme and Punishment balls. It's Cornatius at Darth Kronos, October at Bahamut, Sethestral at Vorizori, and Aldarin at Kamas 2408. Winding forward, this is a brutal passage. We've got Darth Kronos, Vorizori twice, and Bahamut 619 all hit. Obviously, Vorizori double tapped there because you don't see an R, so there's no revival. Just straight up double tapped because of the catch by Sethestral. With nothing else, no teammates to revive, just has to kill him twice. Right. There's only one thing for it. And that leaves Dusto and Kamas 2408 being targeted by Cornatius on Dusto's part, and Chasmo being targeted by Kamas 2408 with another ball out at Markbot. Kamas really trying to do the work here with all the balls available to him. And he does take out a Darth Binkley, but it's Kamas against Chasmo that's left, as Dusto is negated by Sethestral. Hopefully that wasn't a lucky game, because we know how Sethestral deals with those. Legit. But no, it's all too much for Kamas. The weight of numbers is there, and Chasmo takes out Kamas 2408 to get an almost but not quite clean sweep for Creme and Punishment.
Let's see. MVP. You're going to love this MVP, by the way.
I am?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
It is the ultimate teammate, the Kingmaker himself, Darth Binkley, got 2 hits and a catch.
Amazing. I love it. Fantastic.
Yeah. It was excellent. So despite being the only one on his team who didn't survive to the end of the round, he had the best stats on his team, and
he probably threw himself in front of Chasmo to stop his captain getting hit. That's the kind of player that Jonathan is.
That's what he is. He's the consummate teammate, the helper.
Just absolutely self-sacrificial, altruistic, just like the team player that everyone wants.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, congrats to Binkley. Congrats to Chasmo and Creme and Punishment for another win. Clearly hot on the heels. Spoiler for next week. Maybe Kincaid knows something we don't. He's been a monster against us this match.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Maybe all of our razzing of him, we have awakened a beast.
I don't know, like, I know we give Jonathan a little bit of stick, but it's done from deep, deep appreciation and affection. Like,
Oh,
he's a great
yeah.
dude.
I've gotten to meet him a few different times, either at his local game store, since I was so close to the border of Ohio, or seeing him at Origins. He is just a wonderful guy and an excellent just board game player
I was
in
gonna
general.
say,
I play
haven't you said in the past that he is an absolute board game beast? Like, there's not a
Oh
game
yeah,
he can't play.
we play on Board Game Arena. We play in different apps. Like he schools me at Root. He schools me at Terraforming Mars. Like the man is a board game beast. So yeah, I think we were kind of lucky to get away with as much Star Realm shenanigans with him as we can.
Count our blessings, because in any other game that just wouldn't be the material, because it would just be
Yeah,
Binks for the win.
yeah,
Fantastic. Well, we're going to move to court 3. Catcher in the Spry, inspirational Dion Lunsford trying to drag his team out of the changing room to another inspired victory against Hitmaker's Guide to the Borloxy, fresh off a win against some 3-0ers last round and looking to close that gap down and take the top spot, DG3 and Cohort. Let's see what happens here. Skip. Spoilers from the commissioner there. Well,
oops.
Bork and Beans misses Yarboa but recovers ball 4. So I think what's happened here is that maybe one of the races didn't quite finish on time, or I just got the wrong box, which, I'll let the viewing audience decide which happened there. But we can see that it's a fairly even split on balls. Darklighter, Starrett, PC Loadletter, Bork and Beans, CJK Flyer, BPB, and Yarbo are all winning balls for their teams. 4-2 Catcher in the Spry, 3-2 Borloxy, and then Darklighter at Starrick at Sarah T, PC Loadletter at DG3, BPB at CJK Flyer, and Yarbo at Baggio 10. Your favourite Australian and mine, Al.
Yes.
But we're gonna see a fairly fast-paced beginning to the game by Catcher and Spry, as there's a couple of misses, but Bagsman goes down, quickly followed by Angry Panda, and quickly followed by Bork and Beans, as Yarboa gets in on the action twice there, and Sarah T also taking Bork out, retaining control of ball 2, and then it's just all the balls are in the hands of Catcher in the Spry. Sturrock, DG3, Cranky Day, and BPB all on target. I mean, judging by what Cranky said, this is going to be one-sided. But no, we do have a revival there as Bagsman gets back in, and there's a swing back as Yarboa, Agent Sato, and Darklighter all go for a song now. Certainly, Darklighter was key in the previous game for Catcher, so him going down is potentially bad news. We've got a honest to goodness 5-on-4 here, but again, those balls are being thrown by Catcher players with just Cranky Day, the sole baller who's got anything going on, trying to take out Captain Dion Lunsford there with a throw, and doesn't manage it. In fact, Cranky Day appears like he might have got caught by Dion Lunsford and eliminated. Meanwhile, Angry Panda and Bork and Beans get revived, and that's a bit of a swing there. So
That's scary.
that is scary. So we've got Dion Sarah with balls at Stark and BPB. We've got Cranky with a ball at Dion Lunsford. That must be a second ball, I presume. And then BPB with a ball against CJK Flyer. But Team Red coming back into the picture here. And a bit more action because CJK goes down. Darklighter gets revived. BPB and then Sturrock both fall by the wayside. And then Darklighter is eliminated again shortly after being revived by Bork and Beans. So 4-on-3, and Borloxy have the majority of the balls now. Angry Panda against Sarah T and Dion Lunsford against Baggio 10. So Sarah T, PC Loadletter, and Dion Lunsford against DG, Bork, Angry Panda, and Baggio. Not sure really what was going on here, but it looks like Dion and DG3 either played very quickly, which would be not out of the box.
No,
Yeah, we know Daryl likes to play fast, but they literally took themselves into a corner of the court and played go catch as they're just missing each other like no one else. Everyone's watching really. Like there are very few balls in the air. It's just them doing their thing until finally Daryl gets Dion, catching Dion's throw at him and reducing Catcher in the Spry to 2 players, Sarah T and PC Ass Clown, the original himself. But then, from a winning position, Borloxy managed to find themselves in a race-off as we've got Sarah T eliminated by Angry Panda, we've got DG3 eliminated by Sarah T, we've got Bagsman eliminated by Dion Lunsford's ball, whilst Angry Panda is eliminated by PC Loadletter, who also eliminates Bork and Beans, who then and PC Loadletter, poor boy, gets hit twice just for good measure by Angry Panda and Bork and Beans, just to really make sure that he was doubly dead.
Yeah.
And it's a race-off, Al. We've had a lot of those this season. It feels like...
We have.
I know the commissioner might be able to correct me, but it feels like this is the 4th or 5th, at least. And we usually only see like 1 or 2 maybe, but this is the season for them. Let's wind back. Before we go forwards, let's wind back to the start of this match. Catcher and the Spry had a 4-3 advantage against Hitmaker's Guide to the Borloxy in their races. That's not really... That's too close to call. It's...
Right.
Like, that could have been anyone's.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-2 as they get off strong. Darklighter, Dion, and Yarboa all take race wins before Angry Panda gets one. But CJ Flyer ties the knot and Bo. PC Loadletter getting his race win, and BPB's win is meaningless at the end there. So Catcher and the Spry win the race off against Hitmaker's Guide to the Borloxy, going 5-0, like definitely top, and Hitmaker's Guide go 3-2. So hard lines for them. But a super close game and just quite swingy as well. Like it was all one way, then all the other, and then like to and fro, and then all of a sudden it was just pandemonium.
It almost felt like it had to end in a race-off just because it kept going back and forth. Like there was no way this couldn't end.
Quite a few revives as well.
Yeah.
A lot of those. But where does your MVP sit here? Presumably it could have been one of any number of people had the result been different as well.
It was. There were quite a few. And yeah, if Ball Alexi had won, I mean, Daryl got 2 catches. Cranky Day, BPB, and Angry Panda all got 2 hits. I mean, BPB probably would have been the MVP on Ball Alexi with 2 hits and a catch.
Yeah.
However, with Dion's team winning, there were a few candidates here too. I mean, Dion got 3 hits, but Sarah T also got 3 hits.
Ooh.
Then PC Loadletter and Yarbo each got 2 hits.
Nice.
There was a lot of, and that's the thing is, it was interesting because a lot of this production is coming from players who you wouldn't normally expect. It was from the lower side of the draft board. I mean, like we've seen MVPs from Darklighter and Agent Seto before, but these guys went 0 for 0 on hits and catches. It was coming from Sarah T, Yarboa, PC Loadletter. However, the guy who pulled it off for them is the captain himself, Dion Lunsford. He had 3 hits and a catch. He was the only player on his team to get a catch, and that's what pushed him over the edge for getting the MVP. Also, I'd like to point out, he played 22 games that
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, half of those probably against DG3, right?
Yeah, I mean, DG3 had 15 games that round. Bork and Beans had 16.
Oh,
Dion had 22, and PC Loadletter had 14. And Angry Panda had 10, Yarboa had 10. There were a lot of players playing a lot of games.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Dion played 22 games. He got the 3 hits and the catch. I'm giving it to Captain Dion.
That seems very reasonable. I think I had a season with fewer. I had a season with fewer than that, said King.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like, you don't win your race, you can find yourself like
Just
5 games into round 4 or something like that. Like, it's super
yeah.
easy. But yeah, congrats Dion Lunsford again for another win for his team, an MVP. It's got to be down to the pre-match speeches, right? That's the
Oh, totally.
I 100%. Like, so we gotta find out what his secret sauce is. Maybe one of those players will be willing to drop a line to srdbtattler@gmail.com to possibly give us an idea of what that locker room looks like before a match. Maybe spill some of the magic beans that Dion is seeding his team with to give them that extra special performance quality. But we're going to go to court 4. It's the Great Catchby against To Catch a Mockingbird. 1-2 versus 2-2. M. Colo and Rip facing off against each other. This could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a fairly even split on races. Sabella bringing in the last race ball as Polites, Osmosis Brent, and Daly have balls on their side, whilst Juan Carlos, M. Colo, Sabella, and Zwivix all have a ball for Catchby. So let's have a look here. Just savage opening. We've got M. Colo going down at the hands of Osmosis Brent. We've got VQ going down to Polites, who is then taken out by Lux, and Zwivix also. See, they must have been watching his performance last round, Al, because they're no hesitation in Osmosis Brent takes Zwivix to the cleaners immediately to stop that MVP kind of shenanigans that we saw in the previous round. And those 4 hits notwithstanding, we've got balls out everywhere. We've got Lux at Tuna Slap, Cyberduck at Juan Carlos. That's a brave ball. I don't want to throw at Juan Carlos at all, if I can possibly avoid it. But Rips at Zwivix, which seems unwise now that he's dead. We've got Zwivix against Osmosis Brent. That's got to be a zombie ball, and Daly going down at Tyraziel. Well, wind forward, and Brent is taken out by Zwivix's zombie ball, and Zwivix is hit again by Rip. Just for good measure, have some of that. You need to go to the bench. You're done. Tuna Slaps now at Juan Carlos, who's back at Cyberduck, having taken his ball away. Brent's at Lux 16, Sabella's at Starmark, and Daly's at Tyraziel still. Boy, what a lot happens in this leg as... Yeah, I know, right? So Tyraziel goes down to Rip. We've got M. Colo being revived and then deleted by Rip again. We've got Juan Carlos, who is nailed by Cyberduck. That explains the ball back at him. Cyberduck getting nailed by Juan Carlos' zombie ball. Osmosis Brent being revived by a catch by Polites from M. Colo, and then Rip finally being hit by Lux 16. Just slaughter left, right, and center. And then we've got it's a 5-on-2, Al. Sabella and Lux against Polites, Osmosis Brent, Starmark, Tuna Slap, and Daly. Tuna Slap, Rip, and Starmark trying to end this. 2 balls at Lux, 1 at Sabella. More revives. This game's crazy. We've got VQ going to a revive there, and Zwivix also being revived as Osmosis Brent and Polites are both hit, and that's just an absolute turnaround. I've got to let my hand out here because she's giving me absolute stick. So yeah, we've gone from a 5-2 to a 4-3. The other way, it's a reverse, total reverse, and Lux on Polites, Tuna Slap at Sabella, and VQ on Daly. This could change everything, as they say. And then it swings again. We've got more revives. We've got VQ being hit. We've got Sabella being hit. Daly and Tuna Slap doing the business there as Starmark is hit in the face by a Zwivix ball, and Cyberduck is revived by a catch from Tuna Slap off Sabella. Lux at Tuna Slap at Lux, Zwivix at Daly, and more balls in the wings should anyone need it. It's a 3-on-2 now. Catch a Mockingbird trying to wrestle this one back. And they finally do, as Lux and Zwivix are taken out of the game at the cost of Daly and Cyberduck and a Rip being revived. Very close game, Al. It did end with Rip and Tuna Slap alive, but I feel like that could have gone absolutely anywhere.
Oh, yeah. That was... It was going back and forth, and just a clash of two titans. I mean,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7 revivals there. Yeah, 7
three,
revivals.
four. Let's see. As far as catches, 7 revivals with a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 catches overall.
So seven revivals, 12 catches. So 5 of the catches were just straight up kills, and 7 of them
Yeah,
were revivals. Bananas.
yeah.
People have really
I
got their
mean,
catching gloves on this season.
right. This game was craziness. And the thing is, the two players who, I mean, Tuna Slap, I'm just saying now, Tuna Slap gets the MVP.
Yeah.
He had 2 hits and 2 catches. He was the only player on his team to never be hit nor be caught. He was the one constant on the team who was always on the court.
Yeah.
So, but I have to mention on the other team, if it had gone away, Lux would have gotten the MVP.
Okay, yeah.
Because this man had 3 hits and 3 catches himself.
Goodness me.
So it's, I Tuna Slap gets the MVP, but I don't want us to forget about Lux 16 because he put in some work that round. And not to say that the rest of his team didn't help him, but that was, 3-3. That is a gross stat line right
That's
there.
almost an entire team on your own, right? So like
Yeah.
six results is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, congrats to Tuna Slap and to Catch a Mockingbird to come away with that victory, and commiserations to the Great Catch Bee. I know they'll be back with a vengeance. But we move to Court 5, where winless Brainworlds, fresh off their licking from the forest creatures, are up against the hit of the Baskervilles with a 2-2 record, and Breakers to weep for, captained by Tatiana, Corey Bear. Ironic that Corey Bear loses to Forest Animals, but there we are. Apparently I decided that we weren't doing race balls today. We just went straight into murder. There we go. There's the technicalities of it.
To be fair, this is like the last match of a double header that you had. The slide.
I think I was doing these slides at about 5:20 as well. But okay, so who knows how the races went? But Riskers, Zim, and Bathoris are all dead, and so is Nautical Stew, and we're only on action 12. So we've only had 4 throws. They're all hits. Tatiana and Drew the Rat have a ball. Connor and Cisco are out at Dakaran and Guianos. Drew the Rat and Dakaran have balls, and Bathoris is out at J-Dodds. Is this going to be the races? Is that what I did? No, it's not. Now we get a graphic look. This is the actual graphic that should be in this place, as opposed to this graphic, which should not be there and should be race wins. So this is actually how it shook out. Dakaran took out Zim. Then we've got Connor taking out Nautical Stew, with Tatiana and Drew the Rat taking out Bathoris and Riska. So we'll wind forward a bit. So that's a 6-on-4. It's then a 4-on-4 because Connor just goes ham and takes out both Dakaran and Seabus Ripper, the Ohio Killer, as I believe he was called in one. I think that was one of the rebound reports. Or maybe it was the Ohio Slasher. I can't exactly remember, but again, just go back and watch those anyway.
Yeah.
So then we've got Zim gets revived, I get hit, and Guianos gets hit as a reward for hitting me. And Drew the Rat's out at Cisco Alvarez, Guianos is out at Zim. Still anyone's game, still super close. But then it starts to turn because Tatiana and J-Dodds both get hit as Zim and that man Connor strike again, and it's just Drew the Rat left against the world. Cisco Alvarez has got a ball out at Drew the Rat. Drew the Rat's got a ball out at Zim. And J-Dodds has a zombie ball out at Corey Bear, 88. Oh, I can feel the expectation rising. Can we snatch a defeat from the jaws of victory? No, we can't. Corey Bear does get hammered, but so does Drew the Rat by Cisco Alvarez. And oh, good gravy. Brave New World have finally got a win. It's official.
Yay!
And I did 0 to help.
Yay! Yeah,
Oh,
you didn't even win your race.
no, I literally did nothing. I was about as useful as a chocolate teapot, which, apart from
You
the first round, is pretty much the story of my entire season, if I'm being honest, Al. I got 4 hits in round 1 and then decided that was enough. I'd done my work.
so
My
just
feet
to
can go up.
just to compare, Dion played 22 games in his match. You played 3, and you only won one of them.
Yup. Yep, that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go me. Anyway, clearly I'm not going to be the MVP, Al, but who is?
No. Fortunately, you have an MVP teammate in Connor.
Yeah.
Who got
did
4 hits,
amazing work.
1 catch. He won his race, and he had an 88% win percentage because he played 8 games and won 7 of them.
So, like, Connor is like, you know when you've got 2 siblings and, like, one of them is the gifted one who's good at everything and the other one's just a bit of a loser? Like, that feels like when Corey drafted me and Connor, like, he was expecting 2 great players. And what he got was all the DNA going to one sibling and none of it going to the other one. So, sorry, Corey. At least I'm not throwing Danger Ball. It could be worse. So yeah, very happy to get the team win there, even if I didn't contribute at all. But Al, that does bring us to a good question. I think I might have an inkling based on one of your statements earlier on. Who is the player of the round and the Moneyball Award?
So the player of the round is going to Luck 16.
Yeah.
Even though his team did not win their match, he got 3 hits and 3 catches.
This is crazy.
That is crazy. That was, and I mean, we had a lot of good performances this round, but that one was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, even crazy strong performance. So I'm giving it to Luck 16.
Well, that seems legit.
Now,
the Moneyball, though, surely it's not going to be Zwivix for the 3rd week in a row. Otherwise, I'm going to suspect that he might have been crossing your palm with some sort of silver, Al. Like, let's be real.
I am going to give, and just because we were sassing you on your last match and how little you did, I'm going to tell you the Moneyball player is coming from my team. Is Lady Stacy 7, who was picked in the last round by Catcherberry Tales. And she got 4 hits and a catch and a 77% win percentage on our losing effort.
So, on any other week, that might have been enough to get a player of the round.
Any other week, that might have been player of the week also. So, and just to compare, because I want us to understand that, like, neither of us did well last week.
So hang on. So I was drafted in round 3, and I played 3 games and lost 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played in 11 games. I only won 3 of them. I had a win percentage of 27%. I did get a hit, catch, or win rates. Like, Cranky, when he compiles these stats, he puts little, like, letter grades next to the overall stats, just as sort of like a little algorithm. So my teammate, who was drafted in the last round, Lady Stacy, got, like, S tier for that.
Which is the top. There's
I got a
within
D.
that, but...
I got a D. Like, not even a D+, like a D.
Yeah, it's hard.
It was rough. Like a 27% win percentage. It was not good. So
it's not great.
So Lady Stacy is Lady S tier. She, like I said, drafted in the last round. She did amazing. And if I were able to have gotten just 1 hit on Kincaid, or even just a win against Kincaid, we might have been talking about her being MVP of the round.
So really, it's your fault that she's not player of the round and MVP of your game because you didn't hit Kincaid.
Yeah, because I couldn't hit Kincaid. I was too enamored with that
With the
majestic beard.
majestic beard. Maybe that's his secret. Maybe it's got nothing to do with his skill at all, and just he's bedazzling people with that luxuriant beard that he has on show, and everyone just
Or
gets super distracted.
maybe it has something like, I don't know if you've heard about this. There's like, if a really like good like sports player gets put on the cover of like a video game box,
Yeah.
he then gets like the next year does really poorly. It's like this curse.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you
Yeah.
think us not doing the show for a couple weeks cursed us?
Do you know what, Al? I can't speak for you, but I would love to have that as an excuse for my performance. It's just not true. I've just been sucking so bad, and I don't think it's got
I know.
anything to do
No, I know.
with not casting. You're very
I'm grasping
sweet.
at straws here.
I'd love to have that excuse. Do you know, in the first SRPC of the new season, I won 1 out of 6 games. That's how well I've been playing recently.
Oh,
And the only person I beat was also a player who won 1 out of 6 games.
oh,
It was bad. It was bad.
delightful. Here's the thing: we're gonna have to start winning games, or Cranky's gonna replace us.
I mean, all people need to do is draft us lower. That's all they need to do.
Exactly.
Then it won't be such a disappointment when we don't do well.
That's it exactly. Let's blame the captain.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for them.
Yeah.
Blame the victim. I can't
Blame the victim.
I can't believe Captain Kincaid is trying to claim victimhood here. You made the choices. You were the one who lined up players. If it's not your fault,
to be fair, he is not the victim because he did not pick either of us, rightly
Oh,
so.
no, that's very true. That's very true. He is not the victim in either of these cases, but Corey Bear and Agent C13 could certainly claim that prize.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's have a look before we die laughing here. Let's have a look at how this changes the standings as we go into round 6, which is about to end, but we'll do it nonetheless. We have at the top, undefeated, the Catcher and the Spry, Captain Dion Lunsford, talking his team to 5 victories on the bounce, and we can only, Al, as bystanders, hope that the Corey Bear effect takes place. I don't know when their rest week is, but I really hope it's soon, and I hope that they come back and maybe forget how to win. That's all you can hope for, if you're not them. We've then got Crime and Punishment, who are just squeezing a little bit of distance between them and Fellowship and Hitmaker's Guide to the Bollocksy at 4-1. Hitmaker's Guide and Fellowship of the Fling with To Catch a Mockingbird, both at 3 victories, but key here, Fellowship of the Fling yet to have their rest week. They have had their rest week. Hitmaker's Guide and Catch a Mockingbird have yet to have their rest week, so that could give Fellowship a little bit of a gap between them when that happens. We've got Hit of the Baskervilles in at 2-3 with Catch-a-Bree Tales, and Brand New World off the bottom with 1-3, sharing that delight with Murder on the Dodgeball Express and the Great Catchbee, and Good Throwmans having been savaged by the Dodge Conans, hopefully coming back strong next week. See if the rest week will do them some good, but at the moment with no wins. So that's where we stand at the end of I Love My Choices. Kincaid should love his choices. He's got a good team. So that's where we stand at the end of round 5 as we go into round 6. I'd say it's still anyone's to play for, Al, but you got to suspect that everyone past Catch a Mockingbird is going to have to work really, really hard, because Catcher and the Spry, 3 losses, that I can see 2, but 3 starts to stretch the realms of probability there.
It's going to be tough.
They've only got 5 games left, so for them to go from having 100% win percentage to have 40 in the last 5 games, I mean, stranger things have happened, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
it seems unlikely. So it's the, the herd is beginning to get culled here, and I don't think Brave New World, if I'm being honest, are gonna be in that conversation come the 11th week. But we'll see. You never know.
And here's the thing: is nothing against Catcher in the Spry, but I love to see everybody get at least one loss. And same thing with Good Throwmans. I want everyone to at least get one win.
Absolutely,
When
everyone
a
to get one win. Yeah.
Defeated, it just I don't know. It's not. I don't want to say it isn't as fun, but it's a little less interesting of a season.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe Dion needs to take a break from his team talks. I mean, that's got to be the key.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. We get a Tanya Harding situation going on.
We just need someone in the league to step up and go all Tanya Harding on Sarah T and slow them down. Wow. King K advocating hammer to knee violence to slow down the league leaders. That is an amazing take from this Al. I would never have suspected that handsome, good-natured Robert Kinky Cade would be the one to suggest such a cutthroat and frankly illegal way of getting one up on the league. Well, I mean, should Sarah T now suffer a real in-life accident? Questions like this is recorded and it goes out on YouTube. Like questions are going to be asked, fingers are going to be pointed, and who are we to say? So, wishing Sarah T good health. I think that's about it, Al. We've wrapped up 2 rounds. We've done the winners. We've talked some smack and spread some tea. And yeah, I think we're about ready to prepare for the round 6 show, which probably won't be soon. But it'll.
I was going to say it might be another month.
It might not be quite another month, but yeah, it probably won't be this coming week. Let's put it at that.
So if I don't see you before then, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way as well. Happy Valentine's Day. We're going into the Year of the Dragon, so maybe that'll be a thing that happens before the next show. And yeah, no. So good luck to everyone in round 6 and 7 because we're almost there. And we'll see you next time. As always, Dodgeball, a delight and a joy. And thank you to Cranky for putting in so much hard work to make this happen. It's one of the best ways to enjoy Star Realms. So yeah, have a great week, have a great round, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Bye.